Valerie June, a 93 XRT. Wow, you know, your voice sounds ancient and new all at the same time. I don't know how you do that, but it feels like it comes from out of the earth and through your body you channel something. It's amazing. And your album is so good, and you got a lot of help from Dan Albach, who we're big fans of, Black Keys. And he's another guy that understands the roots but makes it his own, too.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to work with him. And yesterday was a really great day in the van because we got started, and we started out on Washington Phillips and Henry Thomas, who are like 1920s and 30s blues musicians, playing that in the van. And then we put on, like, I was going through my iPad, and I was like, I hadn't listened to Keep It Hid in a while. I want to listen to that. And that's Dan Auerbach's self-produced record. And I listened to that record before I met Dan. I listened to that record in the fall, spring, and summer of that year when he put it out. And it was just I had to hear it every day. I think he's brilliant, and I think he really gets like roots music in a way, and he's able to take it and like present it to the world in a new form. And to me, he does a great job of getting that out, and that's why I wanted to work with him, and he's one of the producers on the record because I felt connected to him in that way.
And spending quality time in Memphis, you get to work with Booker T. Jones. That's fantastic.
Is this really my life?
Yeah.
What? When I was, offered this time to go write songs with Booker out in L.A., I was like, are you serious? I get to do this? And so I was really, really nervous. And I went in, and he just totally calmed me down. The way he plays and how nurturing he was. He wasn't like, hey, I'm a legend. Get it together, girl. He was like, what do you got there? All right, okay, a skeleton of a song. We wrote songs. We wrote like 4 songs. One of them's on the record that we wrote together. One is one that I was really nervous about playing for him, but I did, and it was the first one I'd written on the baby, the little ukulele. And so I played it for him. I had a recording of it, and I played it for him, and he said, can we go in the studio and I put some organ on that for you, and we'll put it on the record too. And I was like, really? You're asking me? Yes, this is a yes. This is an absolute yes. We don't even have to ask about, can we? Let's do it now. So we did. We called Kevin Agunas, who's one of the other producers on the record, and we went in like the next day at Kevin's studio out in LA, and we captured that. And it was just really wonderful. And then I was heading over to Budapest right after that, and Booker said, you need fiddle and you need upright on this song, on both of these songs. And I wanted Ketch Secor from Old Crow Medicine Show to help me do that, but I was going overseas, and he was on the road, so I got some musicians in Hungary to do it, and they did a great job. So that song went from L.A. all the way across the world. But that's what you can do with the internet now and transferring songs over.
Exactly, and passing through Memphis on the way,
Yeah.
So did you think then, okay, now I'm going to wake up from this dream? Because you're living the dream. I mean, you really are. People are raving about you, but it's not hype. You know, you've got a lot of talent, and you have a very unique style and point of view. It's great.
Well, I'm very grateful for it, and as I've gone along this journey and this path, I just realized that this is my life, and there's hopefully, there'll be high moments, and there'll be steady moments, and not too many low ones, I hope. But this is just the way I'm going, and the biggest dream I have is to keep dreaming, because I want to keep that magic in my life of having a dream. Exactly. So I don't ever want to feel like I made it now. What else? I want to continue to grow and learn, and sit with other musicians and try to get better at what I'm doing. So
if you ever come back here jaded, we'll play that tape for you. What you just said.
Girl,
but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. But what's that stone you're pushing?
Well, the stone, it represents just a challenge that you might have in your day or in your life. And sometimes, you push the stone, and sometimes you need to sit with it. And at a gig a few days ago, I was in Cleveland, and this guy came up at the end of the show, and he gave me a beautiful heart, and it was in the form, it was a stone carved. And I was just like, this is just too funny that you're giving me a stone heart, and I sing Pushing Against a Stone, because it comes in many different ways. It doesn't always weigh on you. The challenges of life, they cause you to grow many times. So you got to make them your best friend. And with this record in particular, I had so many friends, from Booker to Dan to like Craig Street helping me and guiding me, and like the labels and all the people. The team has come together, and we're just pushing it and we're rolling with it. So yeah,
It's a great metaphor for your personal life and for the bigger picture too, for the world, our culture, our history. It works on a lot of different levels, like all your music, which I'm going to ask you to show off and play another song for us here on XRT.
thank you.